All right, what's going on? I got a couple of people, man, ask me about updating them on my LS swap. So it's been a while. It had been a while. I've been working on this car, and I really haven't had time to really mess with it like I want to. I'm waiting on my interior, on my seats actually, to be done. And I installed vintage air on there. I'm gonna share with y'all the reason why, because on the back of my spark plugs on 6 and 8, I was having a problem getting to those spark plugs. I kept having a miss, and oil was dropping off the valve cover. Every time I slid the gasket on, it would hit the AC box, and the gasket would catch the rockers, and it would slide off on the back, and I couldn't see it. So I had oil dripping on my headers back there. So I finally figured that out when I changed the gaskets twice. I finally figured that out, and I said I'm gonna have to do something about this. So I ordered the vintage air, and I didn't order the old kit because I had the AC compressor and everything from a truck, and I had the relocation bracket from ICT. Well, eventually I changed that because they told me the compressor wasn't gonna work with that vintage air. It was something about what kind of compressor it was or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I end up going with the vintage air compressor and bracket. I got the 709 compressor. They say that's a better one. And I got the bracket, and I had to do some modification with the spacers they sent me. With one spacer, because I got the truck spacing. I got the LS1 with the truck spacing. And I cranked this car up, and I kept having smoke. Oh, I went and got the exhaust done. I can't crank it up now, but I will add a little clip in when I got the exhaust done. I think maybe it's like a 3-4 second clip. I got the exhaust done. I got X pipe. I got the Hetman headers. I got an X pipe, and I got 40 series floor masters coming out behind the tires. The exhaust coming out behind the tires. But I think I told you guys I had a guy sell me this harness. A guy that I know, he sold me a harness. This been 2 years now, and he told me it was a PSI harness. So I took him for his word, bought it. But when I found out it wasn't, but the only reason why I found out it wasn't because the wire colors weren't matching up. That ain't a problem with me. All you had to do was be honest. So if you know anything about wiring, how to tell which wire, I had to repin this whole harness. Which one was the problem? I had to just write down. I got a paper made from lt1.com with all my wire colors, and I went in there and changed the colors, and I went in there and changed the color for each sensor. But I didn't have any problem with the wiring. I didn't have a problem with any of the wires messing up, anything like that. But I did have a problem because I let the car set up a long time, my injectors. So I had to send my injectors off to a guy to get redone, tested and everything, flow tested, make sure. So a couple of them was bad. So, excuse me, he rebuilt all of them, sent them back to me. I think it was like $100 I paid for overnight shipping both ways. I think it was like $100, and he did them everything, which was worth it because these injectors cost more than that. So and I keep all injectors. If I go somewhere and I buy something, I buy the injectors with it. I keep the injectors because I may want to get them. I may have a problem like this. I got another set of Bosch injectors. I'm gonna take them. Bought with an intake. I'm gonna send them off. So right now, what I'm doing, I'm gonna get ready to turn it around and share with you guys the process of what I've been doing and what's been holding me up. So here we go. All right, so I got my parts in that I was needing. So I'm working on my steam port. That's what I'm doing right now. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put my fuel filter housing or my bracket. I got a mount. I'm gonna share it with y'all in a minute. So this is what I'm doing. I got this 38 millimeter adapter off Amazon. And what I did was, it's an 1/8. That's a 1/8. And what I did was got a 1/8 by 4 AN fitting. You can see that in its swivel. And I ain't gonna tighten it all the way up. I'm just hand tightening so y'all can show what I'm doing. And it's swivel, so when it tighten up, I could, turn it. Some they make that straight without swiveling, so it'll turn like that. Then you'll have to bend that hose around. So I got a swivel on there, and then I got this 4 AN female barb fitting. And what this is gonna do is go in here inside that hose, and that's gonna go on there. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this hose down a little bit. I had another piece on there. I don't know what I did. That's why the tape is around there. So I'm gonna cut it to my liking and put that on there. That way it'll lay down. Put like a little clamp or something around there. That way it'll lay down. I probably can put it through there if I wanted to, but I'm gonna leave it like that. That way I can see if it's dripping or something. And I'm gonna cut it to about, you can see it come over here to my steam port over here. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it to where it goes in there instead of going to the radiator, because I got the intake tube in the way. So like I said, that's an 1/8. There go the piece right there. I cut the nip off of it. It was a little flange to keep it on there. I cut that and put a fuel line clamp on there, just sort of with leak. I knew it was gonna be temporary what I was doing, because when I was cranking this car up, I was losing antifreeze, and I didn't know why. And I turned around when I put that AC bracket on there. I realized that it was leaking down there off that line. I forgot all about it. So that's what I'm doing, sharing with y'all that. Like I said, that's a 4 AN by 8 swivel, and that's a 38 millimeter. I guess that's like an adapter, radiator adapter. You could put a temperature sensor in there if you was running the gauge, and you can put your gauge on there and put your wire on there. That's what a lot of people use these for, but I'm using it for my steam port. And I got, like I said, I got the female 4 AN barb fitting. That's what I'm gonna be doing here in a minute. I gotta get my solder gun out so I can solder these 2 wires up in here for the mass airflow sensor, because I changed it to a 5-pin, and I kept getting that code off the MAV sensor and forgot I had this up in here with some electric tape and forgot it was in there, and it kept shortening out. Then I gotta weld up a hole on my floor. I just had to cut the dyno mat from around it, because I drilled a hole, and I was wondering why it wasn't working, why I wasn't going through from my drain on my vintage air. And I stuck a pipe in from underneath the car, trying to see what was the problem. And when I was doing that, I made the hole bigger. I could have put a plug or something there, but I bent the floor up just a little bit. So I'm gonna weld that up. Let me show y'all. I should have jacked the car up. Let me just try to make sure I shared everything with y'all. The car crank up right now. I took it around the block. Matter of fact, I'm a mile from the gas station, so I took it up a mile up the road. That's the farthest I've been in it since I've did this motor. My injectors, I had them clean, flow tested. Guy put some new fittings on there, rebuilt them. You can see I did away with that Corvette fuel pressure regulator, and I got this adjustable regulator from someone. I bought it on eBay. Guy had it for a good deal with the gauge, and that saved me, I think, maybe with the gauge and all, I think it saved me maybe $150, probably $200 with shipping. I think the gauge, I paid less, I think maybe $100 and a few dollars or something. And I think they gauge like $200 and something. Well, the regulator and the gauge, I think like $70. So that saved me a few bucks. I ran new line, got my pressure line for my return and ran it all the way to the front, put new fittings on there. You can see my return, because with the Corvette fuel pressure regulator, you don't have to run a long line. You can run it just right up above the tank somewhere. So I had to run a new line. Then I ran me a new line from the regulator to my fuel rail. I'm trying to get out of the habit of saying and shucks, praying about that, asking the Lord help me with that. Still saying it, but that's a habit I got to get rid of. That's my vintage air bracket and compressor that came with the kit. I didn't get the condenser because I had a new condenser, but I think I'm gonna go back and get that condenser with a dryer because I had the truck compressor and I had the ICT bracket. But they was telling me about something with the compressor, with the truck compressor, there's something don't match up with their system. So I end up going ahead and buying the the vintage air bracket and compressor, which the bracket come from Quick Performance. So when I did that, when I went from ICT, my brackets was identical the way it's set up, but now it looked odd to me. You can see how that, so I called Quick Performance and they gave me the part number for the new bracket I would need to match up because I have a LS1 with truck spacing. And you can see the spacers right there. That's the spacers to make it set out. And I got the truck harmonic balancer, and I'm gonna get they pulley. Well, the guy explained to me what the pulley was, what it come off of, and the power steering reservoir and the pump. So I get they bracket and I match everything up to where I can have the right spacing on my setup. Right now, this is good till I get all the kinks worked out, get it tuned. Right now, this is where I'm at. Like I said, I got all my vintage air installed. I haven't run it yet because long as I got that done, I'm not worried with it. I got all the controls hooked up in the inside. I think I just need a harness that they gave me that I need to plug up, and I don't have my power wire plugged up over there. I think that's about it up here. Got my oil catch can. I got to drill a hole in my oil catch can. You can see I'm gonna use this little piece off the inner fender well, and my oil catch can is gonna go right there. And I'm gonna drill 2 holes. You can see on the housing that comes with the regulator. I'm gonna drill it and it's gonna sit there. Then let me walk over here. When you change that fuel pressure regulator, the Corvette style, these were something extra I got. I bought some clamps for my fuel line. So since I ran a return line, I'm gonna take these fuel line, these 3/8 fuel lines. I didn't run 5/16 for the return. I ran 3/8. And you can see here, I'm gonna take these, open them up, and I'm gonna clamp them together down there. A couple of spots under the car. I think I got 4 of these I bought. It's the mount for the fuel filter. And like I was saying, I don't know where that Corvette fuel pressure regulator is. It's in here somewhere. I got a lot of junk going on in here. I had it last night. Don't know what I did with it. But I wish I'd have jacked this car up so I can let y'all see I got the new exhaust on here. The X pipe with the Flowmaster 40 series, brand new exhaust when got that done. You can see that filter right there. You can see those. Get up under here. I should have jacked it up before I did this video. But that filter right there I got from Summit. And when you change from a Corvette fuel pressure regulator, you got to run a 10 micron fuel filter. The Corvette fuel pressure regulator by itself is a fuel pressure regulator and a fuel filter. And that's why a lot of people do it, because you don't have to run another line, return line, all the way from the back all the way to the front. You can just run a short one from the fuel tank to about right there. That's why I had it. From my return line off the fuel pump to about right there in the same spot, and I had it bolted up here. So when I did away with the fuel pressure regulator, like I said, I had to run a line all the way from the fuel pump. And what I did was, instead of dropping the tank, since I already had a fitting that was going to the fuel pressure regulator on the Corvette, a 6AN female, all I did was, you can see right, this line here, let me see if I can zoom in so you can see it. So that line
right there. You can see where the metal, that's a male. So I went to the shop that does my pressure lines, and I think these lines hold up to 280 psi, 280 to 300 psi. So that's plenty for fuel line. So that line over there has the male nipple on there. That's running all the way to the fuel pressure regulators at the front. And that's my existing line that I had on the Corvette fuel pressure regulator. So all I did was, since that's a 6AN female that I had, all I did was got them to make me a 6AN male. And the reason why I did that, that's so I'll know if I ever had to take this loose or take this apart, I wouldn't take that and run it. I didn't want to make that a female and run it to the wrong thing, where the gas would be going from the feed back into my return up to the fuel pressure regulator. But this line here and that line, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get me I think I'm gonna get a sticky tape or something, or give me a marker, a white marker I got in my backpack, and I'm gonna write feed on there, and I'm gonna write return on there, and I'm gonna still get something to put on there anyway, just for my purpose, or if the purpose of somebody had to do something on it, they'll know. And I won't have to worry about swapping those lines up the wrong way. But that fuel filter I got from Summit, I think it was $69. And what I like about this fuel filter is you can take that cap there, right there, it's a cap. You can see how that fit made. My finger, I guess, is trying to focus on my finger. But if you look at that slant and that cap up there, right there, I can take that off, and I can take the filter out of there and put another filter in there without having to change this whole housing. So that's what I like about that. So I can take that 6AN female off that filter, then twist that cap off and put another filter in there. And that's what I like about that. I won't have to change that whole piece like the new model vehicles. You have to change the whole filter. I like this, that you can just change that filter inside of there. And I think the filter like maybe $12 to $15. So what I was waiting on to come that I didn't order, that I just got in the box, is this piece here. And I'm about to drill me some holes. That's why I got the jack right there. About to drill some holes. And this piece here, I bought off Amazon too. They sell it on Summit. Well, if I can save a few dollars at and share with you guys. You see, that's the part number. I share with y'all all the part numbers. And so that filter going here. So I'm going to get my marker. I'm going to get my marker and get under there. I already know where the filter is going to be at. That's the reason why I went ahead and put it up there in the location it is. And I got them routed to keep them from being anywhere close to my exhaust. So I'm going to open this up, put that filter in there. I like it. It's got the rubber clamping in there. It's not metal to metal. And I'm going to drill my holes to where I want this to go. And I'm going to go ahead and mount this up to where it need to be. And while I'm under there, I think I need some more fluid in my Quick Performance 9-inch rim. I don't think it was, I recall, I don't remember completely topping it off. I had to get another bottle. So while I'm under there, I'm gonna jack the front and the back up so it'll be even. And I can put my fluid in there while I'm under there. But like I said, I drove it to get some gas. And I'm gonna use, I was telling you about these clamps. I'm gonna put, I think I'm gonna put a clamp here in the back, and I think one here up under the car where I got it in the frame to keep them, just to keep them together. And I'm gonna put one up there at the front of the car where I got, where I routed my lines at together. And I think that's it. Let me see. I'm gonna try to crank it up. I gotta hurry up before my son get home. Play basketball. I'm on his place, on this little area where he played ball at. So let me see what I did with the keys. I just have them. I'm always misplacing something. I don't know what I did with them to crank it up. deal with them. But that's my rev limiter wheels too. I think I was telling y'all about the 17x8 rev limiters with the Mickey Thompson tires on there. They street tires. Man, I don't know what I did with the keys. Okay, the keys in the ignition. I just moved it over here. Forgot about that. Waiting on my seats to get redone. Like I said, I go to temperature control for the Dakota Digital. I'm waiting on my seats. I got to put all the door panels and all that. You can see all my panels right here. Put all that stuff back in there. Trying to think. I told you, like my carpet, brand new carpet right here. Got to get it tuned. It's got to be tuned. I got to bolt my tail lights back up too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn it off because I'm gonna have to put this fitting on there. Once that radiator starts circulating, it's gonna start pushing that fluid back out of there. So we'll just let y'all listen to it. I think I'm gonna have to take it back to the exhaust shop because I think I got an exhaust leak on the passenger side at the front by the headers. That's my new tail lights. I think I got an exhaust leak up here. So just let y'all listen to it. Got a little mild cam. Nothing major. Check engine light coming on. I think I got a vacuum leak up there. As you can see, it sound good. I like that oil pressure. See that oil pressure. Just like the Dakota Digital. See, I got my gas. RPM showing. Get that floor welded up so I can go ahead and set my carpet in here. That's the only thing holding me up for putting all my interior back in. I'm gonna have to drop this dash because anybody have G bodies, they know it's a piece that goes here. And I forgot, I got it in the house. I ran across it and forgot all about that. So I'm gonna have to drop this dash back towards me so I can put this piece in here that goes in here. It goes back behind the dash and comes down. So, man, just a little update on what's been going on, man. Hope y'all like it. Y'all stay blessed out there. Be safe.